Welcome back to Oz Arab Media. I'm Christine, and today we're diving into the magic of Lebanese cinema. The Lebanese Film Festival Australia is back for the 13th edition, launching on the 28th of August 2025 at the Bryan Brown Theatre. Joining me today are two of the key people behind this incredible celebration of Lebanese culture and cinema, Camille and Jessica. Welcome to you both to the show tonight.
Thank
Thanks.
you, Christine. Thanks for having us.
Of course, anytime. If I can straight away dig into the lot of questions I've got for this amazing festival. Camille, if I can start with you. For anyone who hasn't attended before, how would you describe the Lebanese Film Festival and what makes it so unique?
Firstly, we're the biggest Lebanese film festival in the world. So this year we've got 38 films. And we don't just show necessarily movies from Lebanon, but we also show the work of Lebanese from around the world. Right. So we're a celebration of international Lebanese cinema and also films by non-Lebanese that focus on Lebanon as well. So we have French films, Italian films, a whole range of international films in the program. But our main objective is to provide a platform for Lebanese cinema in Australia and also bring a premier arts event that's focused on Bankstown as well.
Right, that's amazing and very exciting. Jessica, this year marks the 13th edition of the festival, as I mentioned earlier. That's an incredible milestone. How has the festival really grown and evolved since it first launched back in 2012?
Oh, that's a good question, Christine. It's grown in so many ways in terms of the content. I feel like we've grown with the industry over the last, there's not really an industry you could say over there, but we've grown with the film and cinema world in Lebanon. And over the last 13 years, we started out small, where many people didn't even know that Lebanon had a national cinema that was, sort of at its renaissance at the time. So when we look at the content perspective of the festival, we really have grown with the filmmakers and with Lebanon in telling and shaping their stories and bringing them to the screens. And then as a team, over the years, and we mention this every year, we pick up on things, we take on board the feedback of our audiences, we start searching all corners of the globe for new stories. As Camille mentioned, we're very international now too. It's not just it's not just confined to the borders of Lebanon or the borders of Australia. Now we're not only known everywhere, but we're acquiring content from all corners of the globe. So we've grown in so many ways as a team, and we've the most important part is we've truly grown and held the hand of our filmmakers from 2011 to now, 2025.
Amazing. Well, if I can say in maybe simpler words, you've evolved with the communities, with Lebanon as well. The way how Lebanon and the community is growing, we're growing with it. Am I taking that the right direction?
Yes, you are.
Amazing.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Amazing. So, Camille, the opening nights usually look spectacular. Red carpet, live entertainment, Lebanese food, and of course, the screenings. If you can walk us through what attendees can really expect on such a night.
With the opening night, we try and make it a really immersive experience. So for a lot of people, they might be experiencing Lebanese film for the first time, or it might be their first time to our events. So we try and make it really immersive. So there's Lebanese food. It's a whole experience, basically. And the music, the performance, the desserts. So it's a start to end experience of Lebanese arts and culture. And then, of course, we have the film aspect as well. So this year we're doing a spotlight on Karim Rahbani. Yes. And so very exciting. We've got 3 really exciting short films this year. So opening night really is basically our premier event to immerse yourself in all different aspects of Lebanese culture. And on the back of the popularity of our opening night, we're now also doing a really immersive closing night as well, with food and entertainment, not as extravagant and red carpet as the opening night, but still a really good experience for people.
I can second that, Camille, and say we literally would have a little Lebanon in Bankstown, and see exactly how the Lebanese, live on their daily life. So we thank you for that. Jessica, this year we are shining the spotlight on Karim Rahbani, just like Camille mentioned now. He's a globally acclaimed Lebanese director. Can you please tell us why his work was chosen and what audiences can expect from his films?
Absolutely. So, Karim is a filmmaker that we have grown with, as we spoke about growth in the earlier question.
Yes.
And we were with him in his very early days as a student at USJ in Beirut. As you know, we support student filmmakers. So for years, it's been a long time coming, but for years we kept saying to Karim, one day, we're going to celebrate you. One day we hope to bring you out to the festival one day, because we saw his talent from his very first short film, which was With Thy Spirit, which we're showing on the opening night. And then he evolved in Cargo, and now he's absolutely just doing us so proud on the international scene with his latest short film, One Last Time. And all three films are very different films. And the reason why we picked Karim is not only is he from, the acclaimed Rahbani family in Lebanon, who we all love and adore, but Karim is someone who encompasses what a cinematic journey in Lebanon looks like, because all three of his films cover different topics. All three of his films are different, and all three of his films are very human. So there's two things here. The first thing is we wanted to sort of think outside of the box in terms of who can we celebrate on opening night that isn't always a huge superstar that we're used to seeing, but is still someone that is so pivotal and so important to the growth and to the journey of Lebanese cinema. And for us, that person is and always has been Karim. So we're very honored to be able to shine that spotlight on him on the opening night, and to also support those directors that are, either up and coming or on a journey and, on their way to something that, you can really see from a mile away that their success is growing, and it's growing authentically. He really is all about the craft. He's a very human person, and he's incredibly excited as well. So for us to be able to provide that platform to share his stories with such a mixed crowd and with our own community is really important to us. And we feel we're servicing our filmmakers and our Lebanese cinema community by being able to provide these opportunities. Not every other festival does. So here we are taking that leap.
That is amazing. And on mentioning superstars and celebrities always being in film festivals, well, the directors are not any less than those, because they are behind the scenes, right?
That's right.
They actually are the film makers, part of the filmmakers. Jessica, you did mention the program features the Australian premiere of Karim's latest short film, which is One Last Time, alongside with award-winning work like The Cargo and With Thy Spirit. How do these films really showcase the diversity and the strength of the Lebanese cinema today? How is it reflecting it really?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite question, Christine, because each film is so different. So Cargo, and the way we've chosen to present them on the opening night is not in chronological order, because With Thy Spirit was his first film, Cargo is his second, One Last Time is his third. We've chosen to go with Cargo, With Thy Spirit, and One Last Time. And that's because Cargo is a very relevant film to what's happening in the world at the moment. So it's quite a shocking film too. It's one that will really touch you. And it's actually not easy to watch, to be honest with you, because it is very human.
Try not to give us a lot of information so we
Yes,
can
of course. I was about to say, I don't want to spoil the storyline, but it's a very relevant story to what is happening in the world today. Then you have With Thy Spirit, which is a fictional story, and they're all fictional, of course, but it's very fictional in a different way. So he explores different genres. And then his work on the characters as well. It's you get to see how he shapes and how he thinks the different characters in all three short films. One of them's a little bit more lighthearted and a bit funny, and that's One Last Time. With Thy Spirit, it's dark but interesting, and then Cargo is one that will really tug at the heartstrings. So the beauty of Karim's trilogy is you get a mix of genres. And as I mentioned earlier, they're very human, they're very relatable. And this is really important with cinema, to be able to see the work of somebody, but who's able to adapt to different things and to evolve and to grow. So you get to witness the evolution of his work. And I won't spoil it anymore, as you said, but yeah.
Amazing. Yes, no. Look, especially the Lebanese cinema, like when it's relatable, it's because you're really showcasing real stories behind, our daily life, or the war, or a lot of other ways how Lebanon has evolved. So we thank you for that once again. Camille, if I may get back to you and ask you once again about the food and culture that are a huge part of the festival experience, which I can't get over. We're talking about authentic Lebanese canapes, homemade or handmade by Tata's Food Co., as well as Smeed Ma'moul, Babuza live ice cream, and even a lot of Lebanese drinks. How important is it, do you think, for you to bring this full cultural immersion to the audience?
For me, I think a big part of being Lebanese is our hospitality. And
It's the only thing, I
I think
believe.
we are one of the best in terms of hospitality.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can have a film festival without sharing that hospitable side of who we are as Lebanese. And I think it's important for people that are coming that they do experience that generosity and that authentic Lebanese hospitality, right from your food to your dessert, the sweet palate, the drinks, all of that coming together. That's really what Lebanese food is about. It's that whole hospitable, generous experience. So the food offering and the incredible kind of people providing the food as well. That's all part and parcel of our culture.
So it's really representing the Lebanese people from A to Z, from the foods and the films and everything else.
Exactly.
Isn't it?
Exactly.
Amazing. Camille, the Lebanese Film Festival has become the largest showcase of the Lebanese film globally, as you earlier mentioned, and it's completely volunteer led. So, what drives really the passion behind the team, and how does the community support all of this keep on going together?
For the core team of the festival, what really keeps us going is when we're in the festival and people are coming and really embracing the experience. Like, people get so much out of the festival, and everybody experiences the festival in different ways. Some people come and learn, some people come and they're emotional because it relates to their experience in Lebanon or why they left Lebanon.
Yeah.
For some people, it reminds them of their parents, their home village. So a whole range of things. But when we talk to people afterwards and they've had these experiences at the festival, that's really what's heartwarming about it. And that's what really keeps us going every year. The fact that we can bring Lebanese from all walks of life. We're a small country, but we're also a very diverse country. But the fact that we can bring everybody together and share so many different types of experiences, I think that's what keeps us going and drives our passion. There was one year where we showed a Greek lady came along to the screening, and her family were in Cyprus, and she was in tears after seeing the film because it reminded her of what happened to her parents, and it's recent modern history. So these are the things, like the films trigger these emotions in people, and it's so amazing to see how different people react and what it means to them to see Lebanon or a Lebanese story on the big screen. So that's really what keeps us going. And then we're very fortunate to have an army of volunteers that come on board every year as well as part of the festival. There's 10, 15
Amazing.
volunteers who also, some of them come every year, some of them are new, but it's great to see people out there in the community also passionate about sharing Lebanese stories with the broader community.
Wow, how great is that? That's amazing. Jessica, if I can ask you again about, the business side of it, if I can say. You've partnered with some incredible supporters this year, including the City of Canterbury Bankstown, Screen New South Wales, and Bankstown Sports. How significant is this for the locals and industry backing for the festival's success?
It's probably such a key component of how we can operate, to be honest with you. I mean, council have been with us, the City of Canterbury, Bankstown have been with us since day dot. Same with Screen New South Wales, and not long after Bankstown Sports. And they've stuck through with us through the journey. They've seen us grow. We've been able to activate the economy and activate the community through what we do. So for us, it's always about serving the community and giving back to the community. And we're only ever really able to do that with the support of these sponsors who, sort of also join in and hold our hand in the process too. So as you mentioned earlier, we are volunteer-led. We do this on top of our full-time jobs. We are a small team. So that support from the sponsors is, it's how we're able to charge forward, to keep going, keep growing. And there's been some incredible, we talk about stories, there's been some incredible stories that have come out from our partnerships and sponsorships. It's always a two-way street for us, and we're very proud to see that, we've actually encouraged or inspired or, grown in some way their businesses too. So, yeah.
Definitely. It's like supporting locals, supporting Lebanese families as well through that. So that's great. A great shout out to all the sponsors, definitely those that mentioned and weren't mentioned. But if I may ask you again, Jessica, now from community point of view, for these Lebanese Australians specifically, how do you hope this festival to connect the younger generation to their heritage and the storytelling traditions?
I always worry about the future, to be honest with you. So I hope that this festival, as I keep mentioning, brings a human element for the younger generation and sort of opens their eyes. A lot of my mentors are a lot older than me. And I've learned so much from them. I love finding a balance between tradition and learning something new. So I hope our festival is able to provide that kind of balance to younger audiences and the younger generation, and sort of inspire them to stay connected to their roots, to learn more about where they come from and to be proud of that, but also maybe even learn more about, both sides, all the wonderful things and all the things that might be hard to come to terms with or hard to address, because they're the things that teach you to shape the new generation moving forward. What better than cinema to do that, right? So it's so important, especially for me personally. It's very important for shaping the future younger generations and inspiring them and keeping them connected, and keeping them connected to what really does matter the most.
Amazing. I hope that all the generations really stay rooted, as we can say. Camille, before I wrap up, for anyone still thinking about attending, why should they book their tickets and be part of this incredible yearly festival?
As cliche as it sounds, that we've got 38 films, and there really is a film that will appeal to you no matter what you like in film. So whether you love, action, drama, documentaries, stories, there's a bit of everything, which is amazing. And some of the key things that, hopefully draw people in. This year, for the first time, we've actually got 2 full days of screenings that are absolutely free. We've only ever had one day in the past of free documentaries and short films. But this year, with the volume of films, we've spread that over 2 days. Which is great. So for university students or people who just want to come and get a sample of the festival, there's those 2 sessions on the 31st of August on Sunday and Saturday the 6th of September.
Whereabouts, Camille?
On Sunday the 31st, it's at Western Sydney Uni, the Bankstown CBD campus. And on Saturday the 6th of September, it's at the Bankstown Arts Centre. And they're always really great days to sample and see what's happening in the Lebanese film space. And then our closing night, we changed that up a couple of years ago with the support of the sports club to have a really fun, dynamic, relaxed event. So the closing nights come a long way, and people can come through and get that immersive experience along with a really great film. This year we're showing Where Do We Go Now, which I think is one of the best Lebanese
Yes.
films out there. So yeah, there's a lot for everyone, and there's some really great content for people to come and see.
And you can never go along with Lebanese food. No matter what nationality you are, you just come and enjoy the food. And
That's
the films,
it.
definitely. But, you always pull a
Yeah.
leg with the food. Amazing. This would be my final touch. Before we wrap up, I want you to tell us, I'll leave it to you who would ever like to give us the information about the festival schedule, the dates for Sydney, and whether the Lebanese Film Festival is heading to other states this year. Where and when will those take place?
Okay, I'll go first, and maybe you do interstate. So over the next 2 weeks, Christine, audiences can expect pretty much from Wednesday through to Sunday. There's screenings on predominantly in Bankstown. This Thursday, obviously, we open with a sold-out opening night. And then Friday through to Sunday, we have a number of documentaries, feature films, and short films. And then we repeat this again from Wednesday through to Sunday next week. And then obviously the following week, Wednesday through to the Saturday night, which is the closing night, the 13th. So it's predominantly feature films in that week. The beauty of this program is, as Camille mentioned, there's everything from film noir to celebrating 50 years of cinema to bringing back festival favorites like Nadine Labaki's Where Do We Go Now, or one of the very first films that we opened with, Rue Huvelen, or Rue Uvlan, as most people know it. And every film is celebrating either a milestone or a new release. We have Nohad El Shami's international premiere, actually, of her film, which is also sold out. And we will be scheduling more screenings of that film in particular. And we also are cross-collaborating with the Armenian Film Festival for Monsieur Aznavour. As we know, Charles Aznavour is a big part of the Lebanese culture. And I'll allow Cam to just touch more on that and on the interstate dates.
Amazing. Camille, let us know.
On Wednesday, the 3rd of September, we've got our first collaboration with the Armenian Film Festival. So it's the first time we've been going to the Armenian Film Festival. They support and come to the Lebanese Film Festival, but there is a big Lebanese Armenian community as well. So this year,
we have a huge community.
So this year it's exciting that we're collaborating for that screening on Wednesday, the 3rd of September, and that's at the Bankstown Sports Club. And it's a really great film. So I'm hoping, that's a great success, and we can build on that moving forward. And then after Sydney, our first stop is Adelaide. So that's from the 26th to the 28th of September. So we've got a weekend program in Adelaide. And then in October, we'll be heading to Melbourne and Brisbane and Canberra after that as well. So there's a whole schedule of films coming up.
Amazing. No, definitely we'll keep all our listeners and audience updated for all the other states. So thank you so much, both of you, Camille and Jessica, for joining us tonight and for your time to put all this together and let people know about the film festival in Australia, not only in Sydney. So thanks for all your efforts with the whole group.
Thank you, Christine, and thank you, Oz Arab Media, as well, for all your support, as always. We really appreciate it.
Of course, it is our honor and pleasure, and I personally cannot wait for the opening night and the films that await us. Now, to our listeners, the Lebanese Film Festival in Sydney launches on this Thursday, the 28th of August, 2025 at the Bryan Brown Theatre, and it promises to be an unforgettable celebration of film, culture, and community. And we are thrilled to say the opening night is officially sold out. But don't worry, the festival is running for 2 full weeks, giving you plenty of opportunities to enjoy the amazing lineup of films and events. And make sure you don't miss the closing night. It does carry the same festive red carpet vibe as the opening night, with live entertainment, food, and truly special screening to wrap up this year's celebration. To grab your tickets, visit www.lff.org.au. See you on the red carpet.
Thank you, Christine.
Thank you.
Awesome. No worries at all. So, how did that
Yeah,
go?
good.
Thank you.
They're good questions.
Smooth, no need a lot of editing, nothing at all, eh?
That was good. Very good. We appreciate it.
Amazing. No worries at all.
No, that
I'll
was
just
smooth.
let
Yeah.
you
On my part, some of it,
went-
I don't know if I dropped off a couple of times, but hopefully it looked
You did,
all right.
but don't worry. We have a backup on YouTube, so we can grab
cool.
your full sentences from there.
All right, awesome. That sounds good.
All right, I'll let you be, guys. Kisses and loves to every one of
Yeah,
you.
say
And see
hi to
you
the family.
Thursday.
Thank you. Say hi to Shadowbiz.
No worries, we'll do.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Of course, we'll do.
Bye.
Thanks, Christine.
Bye.
Bye.
No worries.